Okay, this is part one of my three-part video and blog posting on the release, which I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about, and it's really one of the most important components of the golf swing, because if you're releasing the club properly, everything else kind of works together and it's easier to have your swing in sync. Now, everybody knows who reads the blog and has seen my videos knows that I don't like this, the holding of the lag, adding lag, all of that stuff, okay? But I've gotten a lot of emails and comments that my gradual and early release, people think that's a cast, okay? So today's video is about how a proper release is a proper release. A cast or an extra lag hold on, those are bad releases. And even though an early release can cause a ball to go left, because if you're out of sync with your turn, an early release is not a cast. That is the importance of today's video. Now, if you're casting, you will get a bow in the right wrist and a cup in the left wrist. So in other words, if you take it back to here and you cast, see how there's a cup in the left wrist and a bow in the right wrist, okay? I know that's an exaggeration, but if it happens back here, cup in the left wrist, bow in the right wrist. Now if you're doing an early gradual release, which I say should stop from the top of the swing, which should be natural, but since some of us were taught to lag and hold the club, myself included, you might have to retrain yourself to force that natural process to take place. And what that natural process is, if you go back and watch the plane and release by feel, it's a rotation like this. See, there's no or very little cupping in the left wrist, and this would take place all the way over here. So that little hinge in the left wrist and maybe a little bit of this, that takes place way over here after the ball is long gone. Whereas a cast, those angles are severe and they take place before impact. So if you're rotating, there is no wrist angles like this anywhere near impact. And if the rotation is taking place with the rotation of the shoulders and the lower body, the club head will not pass the hands before impact. The only way an early, natural, gradual release, the only way the club is going to pass the hands before impact is if you basically do this, okay? And don't turn the rest of your body in sync. But that's not going to happen. So again, a cast is where you get these severe angles in your two wrists, and a natural gradual release is just a rotation of your forearms. It takes place like this. See? The hands and forearms just rotate. You just have the club in your hand. Whereas a cast, you have a lot of this.